Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to 5th grade math. Today we are going to be doing the Unit 2C review. All right, so there's about 22 questions. This is a place for you to check your answers to see how you did, and maybe you see some reasoning for the answers that were for the correct answer, I should say. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with question number 1 right here. Donnell pours 8 and 712 thousandths liters of water into a fish tank. The question is, what is 8 and 712 thousandths rounded to the nearest tenth? Well, the number 7 is in the tens place, so look at the digit behind it. We get 71, and 71 is in between 70 and 80. It's closer to 70, so the answer is 8 and 70 hundredths, or 8 and 7 tenths. The answer is B. Question number 2. Avi and Helen are sisters. Avi is 1 and 249 thousandths meters tall, and Helen is 1 and 429 thousand meters tall. Question is, which correctly compares the height of the sisters? Well, if I look at my numbers and they're lined up for me, which is nice, 1 and the 1 are the same, so go to the next digit, 2 and 4. 4 is larger than 2, so this whole number is larger. So which of these compares correctly? The 2 is less than the 4. That is correct. The 2 is not greater than 4. That is not correct. The 4 is less than 2. That is not correct. And 4 is not equal to 2. That is not correct. The best answer is A. Number 3. Members of a nature club hiked 98 and 23 hundredths miles during an 11-day hiking trip. What was the average distance the members hiked daily? Remember, when we look for average, we talked about average means I want the length or distance of 1. And how do I find the length or distance of 1? We divide 98 and 23 hundredths divided by 11. First step, move my decimal to the top. Next step, make a multiples list of 11. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, and 99. Remember, when you're making a multiples list, the very most you have to make is 9, because 10 will always be too much. So 11 groups. How many groups of 11 can I make from 98? If I go down my list, 99 is too much, so go back 1, 8. That will be 8 groups. And that gives me a total of 88. I subtract, I get 10. 10 is less than 11, we're good. Bring down the 2. Rewrite my divisor. How many groups of 11 can I make from 102? Well, if I go down, 99 is small enough, so 9 groups. Subtract 102 minus 99, we get 3. 3 is less than 11. Bring down the 3. Rewrite my divisor. 11 goes into 33 3 times. 11 times 3 is 33. Subtract, I get 0. So the answer is 8 and 93 hundredths miles, A. Number 4, Sita and 3 friends gave a presentation that lasted a total of 5 and 40 hundredths minutes. If each presenter spoke for the same amount of time, which quick picture shows the amount of time each person spoke? There's that word each in the question sentence. I'm looking for the amount of time each person, again looking for 1, so when I look for 1 I divide, but how many people am I dividing by? It's Sita and 3 friends, so that is a total of 4 people divided into 5 and 40 hundredths. Raise my decimal. I don't need to make a multiples list of 4. I can count by 4s. 4 goes into 5, or I can make one group of 4 out of 5. 1 is less, so bring down the 4. 4 goes into 14 3 times for a total of 12. 2 is less than 4, bring down the 0. And 4 goes into 20 5 times. Nothing else to bring down, so the answer is 1 whole and 35 hundredths. So A has 1 whole and only 1/10. There's not a 3/10, so it can't be A. B has 1 whole and only 1/10. It can't be B. C has 1 whole, 3 tenths, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundredths in each box. It is C. Check D. 2 whole can't be D. All right. Question number 5. Benita cuts 2 and 80 yards of rope into 4 pieces of equal length. How long is each piece? Well, you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal groups. How many are in each group? So count the number of tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths in each group. So the answer is D. Number 6. Which equation can be used to find 1/10 of 119 and 9/10? Remember, when I'm looking for 1/10 of something, I want to divide it by 10. So the answer is 119 and 9/10 divided by 10. Number 7, which multiplication problem can be solved using the quick picture? Well, how many groups do you see? 1, 2, 3 groups, so I'm multiplying by 3. How many are in each group? 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 45 hundredths in each group. So look at my choices, which one shows 3 groups of 45 hundredths? I don't want 4 groups. I don't need 3 tenths. I don't need 3 tenths. I need 3 groups of 45 hundredths. So D is my answer. Number 8, Earl read about a pine cone that measured 9 and 267,000 centimeters long. What is the length of the pine cone rounded to the nearest hundredth? What is the length of the pine cone rounded to the nearest hundredth? So the number I'm rounding is 9 and 267 thousandths. The hundredths is the 6, so I underline that and the digit behind it. 67 is between 60 and 70. 67 is closer to 70, so my answer is 9 and 27 hundredths, C. Notice the last word I said was hundredths because I'm rounded to the hundredths. Number 9, there are 237 yards of twine on one spool. If each spool contains the same amount of twine, how many yards of twine are there on 18 spools? So here I am joining equal sets. 237 yards times 18. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 2 is 18. Multiplying by tens, add a 0 to the end. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Last step, add them up. 6, 16, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry the 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4,266. That is an answer choice, so the answer is A. Number 10, Daisha has a pipe cleaner that is 49 and 84 hundredths inches long. She needs to cut it into 4 sections that are exact same length. How long will each section be? There's that word each again. I'm sharing a set equally. So it's 49 and 84 hundredths divided by 4. Raise a decimal. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 goes into 8 2 times again. And then 4 goes into 4 one time. So the answer is 12 and 21 hundredths. Oh, did I make a mistake somewhere? Let's go back and look at that. Let's see if I made a mistake. device is not working very well. All right, so let's go back and see what happened here. 49. Oh, I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened here. So we have 49 and 84 hundredths divided by 4. 4 goes into 4 one time, that's 4. 0, bring down the 9. That's what I did wrong. 4 goes into 9 2 times, that's 1 left over, bring down the 8. 4 goes into 18 4 times, that gives me 16. 2, bring down the 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times. So the answer is 12 and 46 hundredths. There you go. Sorry about that. We all make mistakes. Okay. Number 11. Which decimal is greater than 7 and 314 thousandths? So if I look at the ones, they're all the same. Go to the 10, then you have something greater than 3. 0 won't work. 3 won't work. Oh, 3 is the same. Sorry, 3 is the same. 3 is the same. 1 won't work. So go to the next page, 31. 32 is good, but 30 is not good. So the answer is B. Number 12, a mountain climber eats 43 and 8/10 ounces of trail mix during an 8-day climb. Question is, which is the best estimate of the average number of ounces of trail mix the mountain climber eats each day? There's that each day again, so we're looking for a division. Well, I want an estimate. So if I count by 8, what number will I say that's close to 43? If I count by 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 is very close. So 43 and 8/10 rounds to 40. So how many groups of 8 can I make out of 40? And the answer should be 5 ounces. Okay, number 13. Fiona has a banner that is 1 8/10 meters long. She draws a line dividing the banner into 2 equal parts. What is the length of each part? So how many are in each part? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/10 in this part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/10 in that part. So there are 9/10 in each part. So the answer is A. 9/10 is the same as 90 hundredths. 14. A math problem is shown. What is the quotient? So we have to do division here. So first, raise my decimal to the top. Now I need to make a multiples list of 78. All right, so I know my answer is not going to be 10. My answer is less than 10 because 78 times 10 would be 780. Okay, so I'm going to make a multiples list down here. I'm just going to count by 78 until I get to that number. 78 plus 78 gives me 156. Plus 78, there's one group. There's two groups. That 8 plus 6 is 14. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 234 plus 78. 12, 11, 312 plus 78. 10, 7, 8, 9, 390 plus 78. 8, 16, 468. So there's one group, two groups, three groups, four groups, five groups, six groups. So the answer is 6 groups. 6/10 is the answer, B. Nope, that's not correct. If I raise my decimal, 0, 78 does not go into 46. But 70 does go into 468 600ths of a time. 600ths time. So the answer is C. Okay, we're getting there. All right, 15. The length of a piece of yarn is 19 2/10 units. Jesse cut the piece of yarn into 4 smaller pieces that were all the same length. Which expression represents the length of each smaller piece of yarn? So she takes 19 2/10 and divides it into 4 pieces, raise decimal. 4 goes into 1 0 times. 4 goes into 18 4 times. That gives me 16. 3 is less than 4. Bring down the 2. 4 goes into 32 8 times. So the answer is 4 8/10. So we take 19 2/10 divided by 4. So the answer is C. 16. A house sparrow has a mass of about 39 5/10 grams. What is the value of the 5 in this digit? What place is the 5 in? That place is in the tenths place, so it's 5/10. Number 17. Martha has a length of fabric measuring 12 36 hundredths meters long. She cuts the fabric into 12 equal pieces. How long is each piece of fabric? Let's count the number of sections here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So how much is in each piece of fabric? 1 whole and 3 hundredths. So don't get tricked here. It's not 3/10. It's 3 hundredths. So the answer is D. Number 18. 4 5/10 times 8 1/10. So 4 5/10 times 8 1/10. So 4 5/10 times 1 is just 4 5/10, or just ignore the decimals right now. Drop a 0. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 4 is 36. 5, 4, 6, 3. I've got 2 digits behind the decimal. 2 digits behind the decimal. The answer is 36 and 45 hundredths. 19. During a 4-hour period, it snowed 2 7/10 inches. It snowed the same amount each hour. About how many inches did it snow each hour? So I heard the word about. Well, this is one of those tricky questions because what am I estimating here? Well, I know that 2 7/10, if I count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Which one of these numbers are closer to 27? And the answer would be 28. So 2 7/10 is very close to 2 8/10. And 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would give me 28/10. So then 2 8/10 divided by 4 is 7/10. If I do that math, 0, 7, 28, 0. Okay. Number 20, n divided by 1,000 is 3 875 thousandths. My question is, what is n? Well, how many places did I move the decimal? We moved it 3 places to the left, 1, 2, 3 to get that answer. So to go backwards, I have to move it 3 places to the right. So 1, 2, 3 put the decimal at the end. So the answer would be 3,875. D would be my answer. 21. What is the quotient here? So 63 4/10 divided by 20. Raise a decimal. If I count by 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 160, 180. I'll stop there. So 20 goes into 6 0 times. 20 goes into 63 3 times to give me 60. Subtract 63 minus 60 is 3. 3 is less than 20. Bring down the 4. 20 goes into 30 one time because 40 is too much. It's 20. I get 14. Remember, I'm dividing by decimals. I cannot have a remainder. I either have to make it repeat or terminate. So in order to do that, we just add a 0, bring down that 0. How many groups of 20 go into 140? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gives me 140. Okay, so the answer is 3 and 17 hundredths. D is my answer. 22, a math problem is shown. What is the quotient? So we're doing division again. So 3 and 20 hundredths divided by 5. Raise a decimal. 5 goes into 3, 0 times. So I already know my answer is less than 1 whole. So my answer cannot be A, B, or D. So I know right now my answer is going to be C. I'm going to work it out to make sure, but I'm just telling you right now. So that's 5 goes into 32 6 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract it, I get 2. 2 is less than 5. Bring down to 0. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. My answer is 64 hundredths. That's what I said it was. All right, guys. Apologize for the mix-up back on question, whatever it was. If you need to go back and check some of your answers again, please feel free to go back and review this. Take your time, prepare yourself for tomorrow's exam. Remember, dividing by 10, 100, and 1,000 changes the position of the decimal because it moves it to the left to make the quotient smaller. Okay? All right. So congratulations, you have finished Unit 2C review. Don't forget to review it again before the test. I wish you the best of luck. Gig'em.